All right, real quick, I'm gonna make this video as fast as possible because I see y'all don't really watch my shit past 2 minutes to even really understand what I'm saying. So I'm gonna try to say this as fast as possible. Stop blaming rap music for the black community's problems. Like, yeah, it might have contributed to it some, and the newer stuff has probably really contributed to it because these kids are like, they live in a different reality. So it's being pumped on them a whole lot more than it was on us before. But you can't say that when you got a choice. You don't have to, like, nobody's holding a gun to nobody's head and making them listen to rap music, and especially the kind of rap music that you want to entertain. Nobody's making you listen to that. You got good rappers and you got bad ones. You got positive ones and you got negative ones, and you got people that tell you both sides. So we need to cut this out, because what was the problem before rap music came out? Like, what was Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas and Bumpy Johnson and all them listening to that made them want to do that? You know what I mean? I've read books by Donald Goins. I had like 4 books of his that I found basically in the trash one day. But they were like pimp books, and they were all based in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So what was the problem back then? There wasn't no rap music out, so James Brown made them do it. Ray Charles. Like, we got to stop that, because you have a choice. And, you know, there's people up here on the internet that's trying to blame that on rappers. First, because they probably got sent to do this. It's like an agenda. Second, a lot of them are jealous of rappers. You know what I mean? Musicians, period, have a different kind of power than most celebrities. When you're a musician, it's just a different kind of power, and it's a different kind of fame. So a lot of people want to be musicians. That's why you see a lot of athletes or people that's not even in music start trying to get into music and do music, because it's just a different kind of vibe. It's a different kind of fame. And the fame they got ain't as much as that. You know what I mean? When you can stand on the stage and people are repeating your words, and you can make the crowd pretty much do what you want them to do, that's a different kind of power than playing basketball or boxing or whatever you do. You know what I mean? So a lot of these guys are jealous. You could tell because they dress just like the rappers. The people that be saying this, they dress just like rappers. You know, they act like they try to like have this persona like they so tough and blah, blah, blah. And so you can see it, you know what I mean? And it's just hate. You know what I mean? To call people characters. Don't get me wrong, there's always been fake people in everything. It's fake people at your job. It's fake people in every aspect of life. That's just a fact. It's just fake people everywhere. You know what I mean? It don't necessarily have to be a music genre. Fake people are just gonna be fake because this is what it is. But you know, to try to blame it on these people and claim they characters and say everybody that's ever rapped was a character, even if they wasn't rapping like that, is just stupid. Rap has always been based off of, well, not just rap, the streets, hip hop, or whatever you want to call it, has always been based off of nicknames. You know, it's people that don't even rap that got a nickname. You got every DJ that's ever DJ for a rapper, whether it's Spinderella, Cut Creator, Terminator X, you know, whoever, Jam Master Jay, that's a nickname. They don't rap, but that's just part of hip hop. Boogaloo Shrimp is not a rapper. He's a breakdancer. His name is Michael Chambers. He called himself Turbo and Boogaloo Shrimp because that's what you gotta have, is a street name. You gotta have something to sound cool. You can't be outside to Michael. You know what I mean? And nobody's about to call themselves Excellent Ed and Magnificent Mike and all this different shit. People gonna make up cool names like Ice Cube and Wu-Tang and NWA and all this different stuff. You know what I mean? It gets what it is. That's what comes with hip-hop. You know what I mean? But everybody's not a character. It's people like MC Hammer who got songs like That's Why We Pray. I don't think MC Hammer even cussed in his music. But it's all these stories about him beating people down and running up on people that was disrespecting him. He didn't have no gangster persona. That's just MC Hammer. I don't know what MC Hammer's real name is, but that's just him. He didn't have to rap. If he never rapped, he probably would have still been the same MC Hammer. So to try to say these people are characters, you know, I don't follow, I don't listen to a lot of the new music besides like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, when Lupe was out. Them was the 3 I pretty much listened to out of the newer generation of rappers. Everybody else pretty much don't really have too much to say that I'm interested in. You know what I mean? So, but I do got kids, and I try to stay in tune with what's going on in the world, just not with my age group, but with theirs too, and try to tell them things that maybe they're not looking at and they may not be paying attention to. So I'll watch a documentary on King Von or Wooski or FBG Duck, Butter, uh, T-Roy, whoever, you know what I mean? I watch all these little documentaries, KI, all these different people, just to stay in tune with what's going on. But to try to say that King Von was a character when this dude really did all this stuff, allegedly, and have been to jail and got real charges before he even started rapping is just crazy. People that claim they're characters, the thing about the internet is there's a lot of deflection. People like to deflect how they feel about themselves on the other people. So people that's claiming they're characters online, of course they're going to call somebody else a character because that's what they're trying to be. But that don't go for everybody. Like some of these dudes don't really did this stuff. I ain't saying everybody, but some of them have. And a lot of them, like I said, they'll tell you the good and the bad. You know what I mean? They'll tell you about going to jail. That's how our rap was when we was growing up. They'll tell you what the consequence is at the end of it. You know, Ice Cube got a story about going to St. Louis, which wasn't really his story, but it was a story that really happened. And he's rapping this shit. And at the end, I think Ice Cube and them died. So it's not no happy ending to all this different stuff. Like he has a death certificate, has the life side and the death side. You know what I'm saying? And that's how rappers were back then. So it's not like it's just this, everybody's just being fake and, you know, Fresh Prince ain't really him. I mean, you gotta look at the thing about rap music is why they're so mad is because, once again, it's a creation that Black Americans created that nobody thought was gonna be anything. Most of those people that ended up rapping ended up having better lives than they was already designed to have. So a lot of these people was already chalked up to getting jobs. They was chalked up to going to jail. They was chalked up to going and doing all this stuff, and then rap saved them. And it made them all this money that they weren't gonna make it no job, or probably on the streets, not legally, not for a long amount of time. So that's why they mad. They mad because it's a $1 trillion industry, and what they trying to do is they trying to make everybody black hate it so much that we just willingly just hand it over to them so they can make some more trillions off of it, and we sitting around with another zero. So that's really what it's based off of. It's a bunch of agents. Like I said, YouTube is full of people that just popped up out of nowhere with a massive following, just talking crazy, and people follow these people because they're shock jocks or they sound like they sound like, well, what he's saying is true. Yeah, it's like some of this shit is just common sense. Of course it's true. But why did it take these people on the internet now to say it? People been saying this stuff. They had songs in the back of the day like Self-Destruction, We All in the Same Gang. That was all positive stuff to stop a lot of this stuff. And like I try to tell people, prior to Tupac getting killed in Las Vegas, the Bloods and the Crips was making albums together. I think they did that and blamed it on these Crip people to start a war. That's just my personal theory. Just to start the war back up, because they do that too. Like I said, you don't know how hard people go every day, all day, to try to make certain groups of people look bad. So I just wanted to just explain that because I'm just, like I said, it's just getting old. A big thing with our community is that money. You know, our community loves to put somebody down for not having money or materials. So that's what makes people want to be drug dealers and go out here and get this fast money, because nobody wants to be clowned on. They don't want to be treated different because they don't have a Benz or they don't have this big car, this big house. But that's how our community is. So we should place some blame on that too. Because if you made it and you got money, cool. Why don't you help somebody else get some instead of talking down on them? Because that's what a lot of people do. They get this money and they start talking crazy and looking down on everybody. So that's a big problem. You know, my mom didn't play that shit. My brother bought me the Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, and Death Certificate at the same time. He mailed them to me. He was in the Navy. He mailed them home. My mom opened that shit up first. And she seen that parental advisory sticker on the Ice Cube album, and I never got that mug. I ended up getting it because my cousin had it. He was older, so I used to listen to it anyway. I heard the album, but she didn't understand. But, you know, she didn't even know the Tribe Called Quest album cuss. He just didn't cuss as much as Ice Cube, so it didn't have no sticker on it. You know what I mean? So she gave me that one, and that helped me a lot. Listen to that album. I love that album. That's one of the albums that made me want to do music. So what I'm saying is that we got to start taking more responsibility for our own actions and the way we act towards each other. You know, them people in New York that beat that dude down for murdering that lady's daughter a couple weeks ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I was so happy to see that not the violence part of it, but just the fact that everybody in the community stuck together to get rid of one person that did something. And that's what people, you got to start doing. You got to start sticking together as a unit and saying, we're not going to tolerate this no more. You're not going to be around here harassing people and terrorizing people just because kids getting shot and all this different stuff. So I just wanted to just say that, man. And I'm going to end this video because, like I said, I don't want to ramble on. But I just want y'all to pay attention to that and just look at the people that's saying this stuff about the music and how they trying to, a lot of these people that were mad at Ice Cube and them, you know, oh, well, gangster rap came out and we couldn't do nothing. So how did Naughty by Nature and them come out? Because they wasn't gangster rap. Because Trench wasn't no punk. And they wasn't punks. So even though they wasn't making gangster rap music per se, I mean, I wouldn't consider Naughty by Nature gangster rap. Redman, I don't consider him gangster rap. A lot of stuff on Redman's albums be funny. Like, he got the funniest skits. Go listen to some of Redman's albums. Just listen to the skits. The skits be hilarious. But ain't nobody ever did nothing to Redman. Like, Redman go where he want to peacefully. Like, he don't have no problems like that. He done been on the West Coast, down south. He got songs with all these different people. So that gets what it is, man. But like I said, I just wanted to just say that, and I'm getting off of here. I gotta go do a show tonight. So I'll holler back at y'all. Peace.